Hello friends and fellow breeders, it's Carl here from North Coast Constrictors in South Africa. So I have recently invested in a couple more snakes. Some of them are hatchlings, not hatchlings, some of them are yearlings, juveniles, some of them are sub-adults, and some of them are adults, and some of them are adult proven breeders. I haven't got all of them with me, and I can't do a video on all of them today, otherwise it would take too long. So I'm going to probably do about 3 or 4 videos over the next week showing you these new snakes. And I'm going to start off with these ones here. These are all babies, juveniles. These are all females, and these are all going to be part of the 2024 breeding season. I doubt they'll be ready for the 2023 breeding season, but there have been some snakes in my collection here that have gone in 18 months and been able to breed and pair up. Very few, but there are some genetic freaks, and I'm going to be pulling out one of those girls for you later on during the video. But generally speaking, an extra year, 2.5 years to 3 years would be ideal before you start to pair that female up and she's sexually mature enough to breed. So I just want to talk to you about some of the projects that are very, very close to me. Obviously, these are building block projects. I do have visual males for some of these females already in my collection. Some of them are yearlings, some of them are adult proven breeders. Some males for these females are yet to be born with pairings that I'm currently doing at the moment. One of the reasons why I invested in some of these females here is because of current pairings that I've got going on, that if I do produce males that are visual, by the time they are breeding age and size, these females will be a good 6 to 8 months older than them and ready to lock up and breed with them. It's always good to get your females a little bit earlier. So without further ado, let me talk about some of the projects that we're working on, and let me talk about some of these new snakes. Now, in total, I've bought about, I think it's about 15 more snakes. As I say, there's still 3 of them that I'm waiting to come down. 2 of them are arriving next week, and another one is coming up at the end of the month from Cape Town. Beautiful orange dream pod, visual orange dream pod. I'm gonna, when I show those snakes, I'm gonna give the breeder a shout out. When I pull these snakes out, I'm gonna give the breeder a shout out. And then I'm gonna do a separate video on 1 or 2 of the breeders. I'm not gonna do it on this particular video. So if you are a breeder whose snake I'm gonna pull out here, you know there's a story behind your snake. There's some really, really good stories and generous stories behind some of these snakes here. Some really, really great breeders out there in South Africa that have really, really stepped up and helped me as a new breeder along the way. And it's only fair that I pay it forward. And one day when I'm in a position to help, I'll help. But that's a video for another, and that's another topic for another video. So without further ado, let me put out some of these beautiful girls that for projects that I'm going to be working on. They are building blocks. Some of them, most of these girls here, there are 1 or 2 visuals. The rest of them are either 100% hit or double recessive 100% hit. So the first one we'll start off with is this little girl, this little beautiful girl here. And she is a normal looking snake, but however, she is a double recessive 100% hit Exantic VPR, 100% hit Desert Ghost. Okay, this beautiful female I got from Keith, and Keith, shout out to you. Keith hosts the Reptile Podcast here in South Africa. Once a week he does a video and a podcast with top breeders in the country, all beginner breeders, because I was on the channel. But then he's also got the likes of Wally van der Walt and Rassie Erasmus from BPM Reptiles, and DJ van Beek from Reptiles for Centuries, which are like the top breeders in South Africa. So guys, do yourself a favor, if you haven't done so already, go onto YouTube and go look for the Reptile Podcast and watch. I think there's about 5 videos. One of the breeders that's on that video as well is a mentor of mine, and although I've never met him, he's become a good friend. Tully from Tully's Outrageous Royals in the UK. And Joe is, along with another mentor of mine in Southeast Asia, Rob Barraclough from Royal Balls, are mentoring me this season, being my second season, and I'm having great success following their advice and mentorship. Now, Keith sold me this beautiful girl here, double head, Exantic Desert Ghost. Obviously, the goal is to produce visual Desert Ghost Exantics. And then we're going to add other genes into that. It's not just going to be Desert Ghost Exantics. As I say, these are just building blocks. There's so much more that are going to go in there. We're going to add fire and pastel into that Desert Ghost Exantics because, and Orange Dream or Leopard, whatever, as well, to keep those blacks and greys grayer, and also the Desert Ghost Exantic Clown. That is a triple recessive that Justin Kowalka's done, and it's something that I want to do as well. And well, if you don't dream it, don't think about it. If you can think about it and you can dream it, you can do it. I may be many years off, but it doesn't mean I can't do it either. So you're looking at the building blocks for that. Okay, so along with that snake, I got this female here from Keith as well. All right, I'll start off with all the snakes that he did. Now this is either a gravel or a yellow belly, 50% head powered. Yeah. We don't know if she's gravel or yellow belly. You can't actually tell yellow belly and gravel apart. You've got to prove them out. So I've got the perfect male for her, which I'm going to be pairing her to when she's of size. He's already an adult, ready to breed male, and this girl is all over the place. Thank goodness I've got a nice big cushion there. This girl is all over the place. Now, because she's either yellow belly or gravel, the ultimate snake to pair her to would be an ivory, which is a super yellow belly. So if you're gonna get yellow belly, you're gonna get yellow belly. So you're either gonna get yellow bellies, ivories, or if she's a gravel, you're gonna get freeways. Okay, so I'm gonna prove her out. I'm disinfecting her because those snakes are in quarantine, although I know that they're perfectly safe and healthy, but they are in a quarantine. That tub, this holding tub rather, because they are in a racking system in another room, in a quarantine room, sterilized to the max, F10 to the max. All the snakes F10. I am incredibly hygienic, so I will F10 myself down before I pull out one of my snakes. Now, she is going to pair with this snake when she is breeding ready. Hey, boy, he's just getting a little bit too excited there. Hey, it's just me. This is a firm favorite on my channel. Everybody loves this snake. I get a lot of requests for him. This is Maverick, and this is my ivory genetic stripe. Okay, you can't see the genetic stripe on him because he's a super yellow belly, which is an ivory, so it takes away the stripe. Over just at the tip of the tail, you can see a tiny little bit of yellow there. But now Maverick over here, although he's never bred, he's 18 months old, believe it or not, and look at the size of him. I don't overfeed him, I don't power feed, he's just a genetic freak, and I have got a couple of, and it somehow seems to be the genetic stripes that are genetic freaks, because I'm going to pull out a female that came from the same clutch that's breeding this year already, that is like over 2,000 grams. Now, I'm going to grow that gravel / yellow belly 50% head powered up, and I'm going to breed her to this ivory genetic stripe. And I'm either going to get yellow bellies and ivories, or I'm going to get freeways. I'm hoping, obviously, that she's a gravel and I get freeways. But this is the boy I'm going to do it with. Rather, this is the boy she's going to do it with. So this is Maverick. And yeah, I was battling because I really wanted to find a female for him to breed with this season, and I couldn't. I didn't have the right female for him. I was actually considering letting him go and selling him. I was touch and go, and then I changed my mind, and I'm so glad that I did. Now, another snake that I got from Keith, I got 3 snakes from him, is this beautiful girl here. okay, which is 100% het lavender albino, 100% het lavender albino, 66% het clown, 50% het pod. And yes, I am reading it because I've got a lot of snakes there. Okay, so I am working on the clown pod project. I'm working on the lavender albino clown. I'm working on the lavender albino project, dreamsicle project. In fact, these two tubs here right now are pregnant, gravid females of the dreamsicle project, okay? I also have a pile of other snakes behind you in racks that you cannot see that are blade, lavender albino, 100% het lavender albino, het clown, het pod. And this girl just came along with it. In fact, Keith, the deal was I just actually wanted that double het Exantic Desert Ghost, and he had all three of these snakes for sale, and I didn't really want the gravel yellow belly 50% het pod. I just kind of was like, okay, I'll take the 100% het lavender albino, 66% het pod, 50% het clown. And he was like, tell you what, dude, take those two snakes and I'll give you the gravel / yellow belly for free. What a top bloke. Keith, thank you. Shout out to you for doing it. Yeah, you're an absolute legend. And yeah, this is what your snakes are looking like. So, yep, we have the males for this. This female here will pair to a visual dreamsicle male. We're hoping to prove out get quite a few dreamsicle males. We've got 3 females that are gravid now. All the sire was a visual dreamsicle male. Okay, all the females are hets, but I'm pretty sure we're going to hit the odds on that. Okay, right. Another project that I'm working on is the Clown Pod project. Okay, now the Clown Pod project is not just going to stay the Clown Pod project. Okay, you've got to add, because with the Clown Pod project, you can run a risk of having very, very patternless snakes, where it's just a head stamp and nothing else. Okay, so there's really no saddles on a clown pod. Not all the time. I have seen clown pods that have got an even distribution of saddles. However, but you've got to throw a couple of other genes into the mix there, and to hopefully to get more pattern into it. Okay, but I've been building up. I have got a visual clown 100% het pod male, and I've got in this tub here a 100% double het clown pod female. And in my racks over there that will be breeding ready next year, I've got cinnamon 100% het clown, 50% het pod, and pastel cinnamon 100% het clown, 50% het pod females. Okay, which are going to breed to that 100%, that clown 100% het pod male. I've also got in the tub below there two visual pod, adult pod females. One of them is pairing up to an adult a clown 100% het pod male. So hopefully we're going to get visual pod 100% het clowns, because I've got clown 100% het pod, visual clown 100% het pod, but I've got no pod 100% het clowns, and everything else is 100% het or 50% het or 100% double het. For example, this female here. Okay, all right, this is a beautiful girl. This is a 100% het clown pod, which I got from a guy that has become a firm friend of mine here in South Africa, and one of the top breeders to boot, Ant McKenzie from McMorphs. This is not the only snake that I've bought from Ant. I have got 2 other snakes in my collection from Ant. I will be showing one of those snakes off in another video. She is an absolute a winner. I picked her up on Sunday from Ant. If you're watching this video, you know which girl I'm talking about, but I'm going to save that one. So this is a 100% double het clown pod, and that is a building block. As you can see, these girls are very, very small still, so they're for 2024. That are going to be going in with, first of all, I'm going to pull the females out first, and then I'm going to show you the males. Now this is a cinnamon. This is one of my female cinnamon 100% het clown, 50% het pod females. Okay, So this is part of the Clown Pod project. This female will be breeding ready next year. That one that I just pulled out, the 100% double het, won't. This is Cinnamon, 100% het clown, 50% het pod. Okay. And then she will be accompanied by this beautiful female here who has one extra gene in her. I wonder if you guys can guess what it is. Pastel Cinnamon, 100% het clown, 50% het pod. Okay, part of my Clown Pod project. One of the reasons why I got that 100% double het Clown Pod is because I don't have any 100% double hets. So the females that I do have are these two that I've just pulled out for you, with clown and pod in them, but 100% het clown, 50% het pod. But this is a pastel cinnamon, and the other one's a cinnamon. So, yep, but a stunner, absolute stunner. Okay. Now, those two snakes, these two snakes which I've got, I'm going to pull out a male that I got from this breeder as well. I'm going to give him a shout out, okay? I'm going to pull this boy out here because this breeder deserves a shout out as well, okay? I'm going to pull the ID card off as well. My eyes are going. This is also part of the Clown Pod project. He's not a visual, but he is an Orange Dream Pastel Cinnamon, 100% het pod, 50% het clown. Okay, so this is one of the males, okay, that is part of the Clown Pod project, but there's a chance that he's just going to go with a pod female. Now, these three snakes that I've just pulled out came from Tyrone Konigkramer from Beautiful Snakes here in South Africa. Okay, and the male I'm going to pull out and show you now, which is a visual clown, 100% het pod. Okay, so it's not just Clown Pod we're working on, guys. We're throwing pastel and cinnamon in there as well. And that's just to start, okay? We are going to be throwing leopard into that as well to throw in that pattern, okay? We want to do that. And Orange Dream, obviously this guy's got Orange Dream in him, so it's powerful stuff that we're going for. This guy would be a great candidate for this female here, which is 100% double het, or if I somehow manage to get my hands on a pod 100% het clown or a clown 100% het pod female, that would pair with this. It's obviously better to have a visual recessive in at least one of the genes and 100% het for the other gene. So shout out to Tyrone from Beautiful Snakes, buddy. This is your boy. Well, my boy. I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, which I know you are, because when I'm finished downloading this, when I'm going to actually phone you and tell you that I've downloaded a video of giving you a shout out. Tyrone, he has Achilles, clown 100% het pod male. As you can see, he is in absolutely phenomenal condition. Okay, visual clown 100% het pod male. This guy is currently locking up to an adult proven breeder pod. So the object of that pairing is to get pod 100% het clowns, and a worst case scenario are 100% double het clown pods. And he will also be pairing to those two females there. The pastel cinnamon, 100% het clown, 50% het pod. Did I say pastel? Okay. Pastel cinnamon, and then just the cinnamon, 100% het clown, 50% het pod. Okay, so let's get him back in. Last but not least, okay, there's a bit of a story that goes behind this one. We're already into 20 minutes. I want to give a special shout out to a breeder that I haven't yet met in person. Okay, But he's a guy that has done an incredible solid for me. He did something that was very unexpected, especially for a new breeder. Okay. And I bought this pod female from him. Now his name is JJ Scholtz from Designer Pythons here in South Africa. Okay. Now this is just a regular pod female, but you can see she's an absolute stunner. She is a quality pod. I like my pods with I don't like them low white and I don't like them high white, although I do have some high whites. I like a 2/3 or a 1/3 or a 50/50. 50/50 pattern is my favorite. Now, I bought this snake from JJ Scholtz from Designer Pythons. Okay. And while we were chatting and talking about projects, he asked me where I was heading with my projects, being a new breed and what I wanted to do. And obviously we spoke about clown pod and what else I wanted to do with the clown pod, not just clown pod. I wanted to add in so many other genes. I wanted leopard, I wanted to add pastel into it, I wanted to throw an orange dream, which you can see with the orange dream, yellow belly there, pastel cinnamon, 100% head clown male. So I bought that snake from David, and when it came time to shipping, on the day that he shipped the snake to me, he took a photograph of the package and he sent me a message on my cell phone with a picture, and he said, your female is on its way, referring to this beautiful little girl here, which I just pulled out, and he said to me, there's a little surprise for you in that package as well. I was very shocked and I was like, what? He says, there's another snake in there for you. He says, it's a gift from me to you. And obviously, incredibly shocked and grateful, and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what kind of snake it was. He did tell me while I was talking to him, but unfortunately here in South Africa we have a lot of load shedding going on at the moment. For my international viewers who don't know what load shedding is, it's when the government basically turn off the electricity to save power, and they do it for anywhere between 2 and 12 hours at a time. So my cell phone signal went, and David and I didn't really get a chance to finish talking until the next day. All right. But then my girl arrived, and in the package was a present, a free snake from David. Okay. And sorry guys, I just got to while we kind of quarantining snakes and handling snakes, you got to just make sure everything's okay. Well, all these snakes are on the same quarantine rack, so it doesn't matter. This is how generous this guy is, okay? And he put in this female for me. Okay. This is a pastel leopard, 100% head clown, 66% head pod. And I was absolutely blown away by David's generosity from Designer Pythons. I have only ever bought one snake from him, and it was just that plain pod female. And I hate to say just a plain pod female because I absolutely love pod. And I think if I had to choose one snake to keep, and if there was only one morph that ever existed, I think I'd choose pod. So pod on its own is just a phenomenal snake. But I asked him if he had made a mistake and why he would give me a snake like this for free. And obviously I looked on his Morph Market page, which is how I found the pod. And I saw this girl for sale, and I also saw a lot of other snakes of his for sale. So do yourself a favor, go and check out Designer Pythons and JJ Scholtz and check out what he's got for sale, because that is top tier breeding that. And when I asked him why he did that and why he gave me this snake, he just said to me, it's a gift from me to you. I like what you're doing. I've kind of watched your channel. I see where you're going, and I want to help you and give you a helping hand and a step up in your clown pod project. Obviously, this being a visual pastel leopard, 100% head count, 50% head pie, to make those patterns incredibly powerful. And he just likes where I'm coming from as a new breeder, and this was his way of showing support to somebody new in the industry, and I couldn't be more grateful and more humbled. And so David, if you're watching this, a heartfelt thank you from me for this wonderful gesture, and I promise you she is in good hands. I can't wait to breed her and produce beautiful offspring. So thank you once again. Okay. So just a couple of special mentions, just just to show you where we're going with the Desert Ghost project here, and with all of these clown pied projects. I've spoken a lot about clown pied, but with the Desert Ghost, we're obviously going exantic. I came home today to a wonderful ovulation. A single gene Desert Ghost is paired up to one of my pastel bamboo 100% het Desert Ghost females. She started ovulating today. I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought it was touch and go. I'm not going to put it out for obvious reasons. I don't want it to interfere with the ovulation. But that girl is ovulating, and she has paired up to this beautiful boy here, who is an absolute machine of a snake. He's paired up to 7 females this season so far. He is a 5-year-old breeder, single gene male Desert Ghost. Out of the 7 females he's locked up with this season, 5 have already ovulated. One of them is 100% het Desert Ghost female. The others are multi-gene dominant and incomplete dominant combinations that will all produce whatever offspring they produce, and all will be 100% het Desert Ghost, building blocks for future projects, okay? But with this beautiful male, and it's incredible. And then next week I'm gonna pull out a couple of other snakes, and I want to give another shout out before I pull out his snake again. I'll give a shout out next week, and another shout out to McKenzie from McMorphs. There are 3 snakes that I bought from him. I've shown you one here. There are another 2 that I'm going to show you next week. One is in quarantine still. It is an absolute bombshell. It's one of the crown jewels in my collection, which I picked up from him on Sunday. It's for next year's breeding season. She's a sub-adult. When I show you what she is, you'll all understand. And the reason why I'm waiting until next week is because next week I'm also taking delivery of 2 more adult females that come from Rassie Erasmus and Wally van der Walt from BPM Reptiles. And these are unbelievable snakes. One of them is an adult proven breeder, and the other one is an adult that will breed next year. I already have 4 of these snakes here in my collection. 2 of them are adult proven breeder pied females, which are in their tubs at the moment. I'm not going to disturb them because they have been pairing. And 2 of them are Orange Dream 100% het pied females, planned for next year's breeding season. I'm not going to pull them out now because it'll take too much time, but I will pull them out next video. And then at the end of the month, I've got a beautiful Orange Dream pied coming from Gavin Labuskaghni from Royals by Design in Cape Town, and he is a co-host on the Reptile Podcast with Keith, where I've got those first 3 snakes that I showed you. So guys, a shout out to those guys, if I can name them. Keith, I don't know what your Instagram is, okay? So I'm only going to go with the Reptile Podcast for now. Please drop a comment below if you're watching this, and just put your link down there if you do have an Instagram. I can't believe I haven't actually asked you about your Instagram. Then there's obviously McKenzie from McMorphs. You'll see the link here. One of the top breeders in South Africa for sure. David Scholtz from Designer Pythons. Okay, absolutely have to go and follow him. That guy produces top tier stuff. Gavin Labuskaghni from Royals by Design. I haven't pulled out one of his snakes here because I haven't got it yet, but I've told you what it is. It's an Orange Dream pod, visual Orange Dream pod, which is coming. And then, although I haven't pulled out any of their snakes, but I've already mentioned their name, Wally van der Walt and Rassie Erasmus from Ball Python Morphs. Next week, I'm going to be showing you 6 snakes that I have got from them. So that is something for you guys to look forward to tune in and watch when I drop that video next week, towards the end of the week. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was a half an hour. I'll say I'm going to do it for 15 minutes and it's always double. But you know, when it comes to snakes, I just cannot get enough. And if you're as passionate about snake breeding and ball pythons as I am, then you'll understand why. Had to show these snakes off to you guys. Shout out to all those breeders. I'm just looking at them, making sure that I haven't left anybody out. No, I haven't. Also, that Ivory Genetic stripe over there, Maverick, I got from Tyrone from Beautiful Snakes. Hang on a second. I did say, and I know I'm carrying on here, but I wanted to show you exactly what I meant by genetic freaks when it comes to genetic stripe. That male is 18 months old. This is one of his sisters. This is a yellow belly genetic stripe female that came in the same, born in the same month. Okay. Also purchased from Beautiful Snakes from Tyrone Konigkramer. Okay. Look at the size of this female. I haven't weighed her. The last time I weighed her, she was 2,000 grams. She is 18 months old and she is currently locking up to that visual single gene desert ghost male. Okay, Tyrone, look at this yellow belly genetic stripe. And I bought a pastel yellow belly genetic stripe from Tyrone as well. I bought all 3 of those snakes at the same time. This one and that Ivory genetic stripe, they're just genetic freaks. They just grew like this. They just eat like beasts and they don't stop, and they are incredible. They love to be held. They love to be handled. They are affectionate. They're just the most incredible snakes. Now, this is a double recessive project that we're working on. This girl, yellow belly genetic stripe paired to a desert ghost. So hopefully if she does ovulate, and she's not ovulating for sure, she's still building, she's bowl wrapping, she's cooling, and she's eating like an absolute beast at the moment. If she doesn't ovulate this year, it just means that she's just not sexually mature enough to ovulate. It's got nothing to do with size. It just means she's not ready sexually. She's only 18 months old. So I'm not holding thumbs. I just think she's going to be a really big snake. I'm not power feeding her in any way, shape or form. She is just a specimen. Okay. And the same for that guy there. He gets fed every 2 weeks. Okay. But this is a pastel yellow belly, and if I do get lucky enough where she ovulates for me this year, the babies are going to be 100% het genetic stripe, 100% het desert ghost, and 50% of them will be yellow belly. So guys, that's another guy to go and follow, Tyrone Konigkramer from Beautiful Snakes. Go give him a follow. Guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and stay tuned. Next week we're dropping another hot video. We've got a bunch of new snakes to show you as well that I haven't pulled out in today's video because it's just gone on for far too long. I'm going to end it off there, and we'll see you on the next video. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe. Always good to have new people on the journey with us at North Coast Constrictors. Cheers for now.